the year 2028, one Big Mac will equal $1 million. From the Gospel of John McAfee. Bro, just learn to code. The Project Freedom Podcast.
Boom, I am Josh from ELP, and welcome to the Project Freedom Podcast, episode number 10. Already at 10, guys. Can't believe it. Already at 10. Where has the time gone? Time flies when you're having fun, right? So yeah, guys, you guys in the United States know what today is, correct? Do I need to spell it for you? It's July 4th, right? Independence Day. Actually, it's July 5th, but it's the day closest of my stream schedule to July 4th. So I figured we'd do an Independence Day stream. And honestly, guys, it's really just, I don't have a whole lot to say about Independence Day in particular, okay? Yes, Cody, it is the 5th. Thank you for reminding me. I don't really have a whole lot to say about Independence Day in particular. All right. Just that, I mean, okay. All right. So, I mean, we can go over this, right? We can go over the fact that in 1776, right? 1776, America was just 13 colonies, correct? And on that fateful day, these 13 colonies basically declared independence from Great Britain, or really, at the time, not Great Britain, but it was the monarch of Great Britain, or King George III. And these guys from these colonies were like, yo, we basically make our own money, we make our own muscles, and we eat our own sour gummy worms. So, but we're paying taxes to this guy over across the Great Lake for what reason we don't know. And yeah. Why are we doing that? We should just simply declare our independence from this now foreign entity and not pay tax to them anymore, right? We don't need anything from them. All they do is just have their forces or their troops sitting over here and just making sure we're paying our taxes. So we're not gonna do that anymore, right? And lo and behold, the United States of America was then formed. It didn't quite work out just like that, but regardless, Antonio, Orange Pill's in the chat. My brothers, Orange Pill's in the chat. Guys, I actually got I have something here for you guys today. I know it's been long awaited. All right. Here it goes. All right, there we go. All right, so with this tinfoil hat, I am now preventing the NSA from reading my thoughts. So if you guys would also like to prevent the NSA from reading your thoughts, go ahead and grab yourself a tinfoil hat. Guys, I have had a very long week and last week and a very, very long and drawn out weekend. A lot of stuff going on. But since this is the Independence Day podcast, I want to ask everybody here to declare independence for yourself, all right? I'm actually, you guys know, or the guys that don't know, I'm a landlord, quote unquote landlord, and I have some rental property that I'm selling. And you know, it's been a very long and arduous journey. And guys, I gotta say, like, in 2021, people just think that everything should just be given to them, right? Everybody should just get a free handout. I guess now, since, you know, Uncle Joe up there, or the tax man, is just handing out free USD airdrops to everybody, right? So, like, we've kind of cultivated a new America that is completely different from this America that was created in 1776. The new America is now a mere soylent representation of the prior America. One could say it's definitely not the same anymore, right? everybody here, we got people here asking for free handouts for everything. People think that they shouldn't have to pay for things just because they're special. People think that they can just do whatever they want, not work hard, and still get the same outcome as the people that are willing to work. Now, why this is the way that it is, I really don't know. Really couldn't tell you, but it appears that is the case nowadays, right? And if you guys haven't seen that yet, you will soon. You will soon. Shout out to my people in the chat: Wade Emery, Cody Mouse, preventing Daddy Zuck from advertising in my brain. Yes, this technology right here, guys, will also prevent Daddy Zuck from instantly advertising inside of your mind. US Blues. Yep, it is the US Blues. Nice Mohawk, chat. Thank you very much. This isn't just, look, the Black Sheep. This isn't just a regular Mohawk, all right? This is the anti-Zuck technology Mohawk, all right? I know it looks not very fancy, okay? It looks just like, may appear just like a regular tinfoil hat, but indeed it is not. It has some serious proprietary technology in here. So back on to the story at hand. Completely different America than from 1776. All right. We have a lot of entitled people who think that, everything is just deserved of them. And I got to admit, guys, I'm 29 years old now. All right. And there was a period in my life where, I didn't really know what hard work was really like. All right. I might have had a taste of it. Okay. But I didn't know what real hard work was like, all right? And it wasn't until I got my ass kicked a couple times and I actually got the ball through the goal a couple times and got some rewards of hard work that I was able to appreciate the fruits of my labor, okay? And I'm still not where I want to be in life. I'm far from it. But, there was times where I didn't know if I was going to pay rent. I didn't know if I was going to be able to have enough money to do so. And I didn't just call my landlord and say, hey, I don't think I should pay rent. Do you mind if I just don't pay rent? Right? That to me, I would have been humiliated to do that. I would have been humiliated to ask that to somebody, right? In those times that might have been an issue for me, I would either go negative in my bank account and put that burden on me and figure it out later, or I would have to ask, go to my dad with my tail tucked in and ask and beg to borrow money for the time. And, eventually as I got older, I learned that I either have two options. I can either make more money or I can live in my means, or a combination of both. What actually happened for me was a combination of both. I learned how to make more money. I stopped spending money on stupid shit that was unnecessary. And I always paid my rent on time after that. Like, I was never going to put my life and my well-being in someone else's hands. All right. And it's not just people not wanting to pay for things. It's people not wanting to work too. People thinking that they could just, pay for college and just automatically get a degree. They don't have to pass a test. And why do people think that? Well, because college nowadays is a fucking joke. People can just go and pay money and just basically end up with a degree, right? And this whole thing, it just trickles down further and further and further to where people just think that they just should get everything for free. They shouldn't have to work. If someone doesn't like the way how should I phrase this without angering somebody? If someone doesn't like a plus size model's physique, that person should be, we should scold that person, right? We should tell them that, oh, you should love comes in all shapes and sizes, as opposed to putting that onus back on the person and saying, hey, this might not be healthy. You should potentially do some work and make your situation better, make your life better, not be dependent on other people to do everything for you and to make you feel better. And so for this Independence Day, people, I want everyone to declare independence from everyone else. Okay. We could take a lot of benefit from the old founding fathers of that country that shall not be named, because apparently the name of that country is, it's whatever kind of adjective that people want to label it, right? X, Y, and Z. It's being patriotic is not good anymore, right? So got to be afraid to say my own country's name on YouTube. But, we can learn a lot from them. They came here with basically nothing, and they lived through harsh winters. They went and discovered new lands. They had to take a lot of risks. They had to do a lot of things that most of us, if we had to do, we would not be alive, right? And so we just simply take a script from their book and learn a thing or two and redeclare our dependence. I believe that the world would be a lot better. This is the Project Freedom podcast, right? So everything that has to do with freedom is pretty important to me. And I've told you guys before, I value freedom over anything else. Now, that doesn't mean that I value the freedom to just go walk into the street to somebody, right? Because obviously that's not a freedom. Okay. I mean, maybe some people could argue that that's a freedom, but that's not the freedom that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the freedom to live life the way that you want to live without having other people tell you no. And I believe that if what you want to do for yourself doesn't negatively impact other people, then there's no reason for you not to be able to live the life that you want to live. Everyone should declare independence from schools. Honestly, the collegiate school system of the United States is a joke. I don't have to sit here and say why, right? And that's coming from somebody who has a bachelor's of science in computer science and a minor in art. I mean, excuse me, guys, not in art and mathematics. All right. So I have a degree or two up my bumhole, but college is just a joke now. And I venture to say, well, I don't venture to say, I know for a fact, because I have clients who have gotten very good jobs without a college degree. And as we said plenty of times in the past, you don't need to go to college to get a job. So why are we forcing people and brainwashing people into thinking that they need to go and be dependent on the school system of the United States? So everyone, think about that. Maybe we can declare independence from the school system. And what else could we declare independence from? I don't know. Maybe it could be those bankers, the people that have all the money in the banks, the banks, those people. If you guys would just simply join me and take the, where is the orange pill, guys? I don't know where it is. Did I lose it? Oh, guys, I lost it. Well, here's an invisible orange pill. Everybody, you take the orange pill, and we could all declare independence from the financial system, which we actually have the power to do so now, right? I was watching a John McAfee interview the other day, and he was talking about how him and his wife basically just traveled the world without a credit card, without a checking account. And why? Because they had crypto. They didn't need any of that stuff. They were welcome at many, many countries. They were taken care of by many, many people. Many people would gladly accept their money. And they basically were independent from the financial system. They declared independence on the financial system. What else can we declare independence on? We can declare independence financially from people who shouldn't have the burden to pay for us financially. You can declare independence from the welfare system. And I know it might sound condescending to sit here and tell somebody like, hey, stop accepting welfare. You don't need it. But unless you're severely mentally or physically handicapped or you're too elderly to work, there is a way for you to make money. I promise. I absolutely promise. Regardless of whether it's you having to go work a $15 an hour job at McDonald's, which honestly, like if you're really low in the dumps, that's $15 an hour plus a free iPhone plus a $500 starting bonus is really not that bad, right? I was actually listening to a story the other day where they had a 17-year-old kid in Florida basically get a $50,000 a year job to be a manager at McDonald's, because that's how low staffed they were. That's how little people they had to work for them, right? Whether it's doing that, even if it is a wagey wojak job, and maybe your goal in the end is to go and make money from the internet, it's a means to an end, right? Or it's a way to put your foot one step forward and bring yourself closer, right? And then when you're doing all these things, when you're taking care of yourself, when you're actually working, when you're actually getting up on time and going to your job and doing what you're supposed to do to take care of yourself, not for them, not for the fucking corporation that you're working for, but for you to be independent from the government to provide you your well-being, then you begin to realize, hey, I am doing this thing that I didn't think I could do, right? Declare independence, fellas. I hope you guys had a very good weekend, and I hope you guys had a cold brew or two. Maybe you guys listened to some fireworks or watched some. Maybe you guys went to a party. But just remember, guys, remember the real reason 1776 happened, all right? To oversimplify it, quite frankly, a bunch of dudes got together and were doing good for themselves dependently, and they said, hey, we got this person that we're quote unquote dependent on, and we don't really need him anymore. So why don't we just, I don't know, create our own country? And here we are. If it wasn't for that, none of us would be here today. That's all I got, guys. I know it was a super short podcast. Big thank you to everyone that has been watching me so far and listening to my ramblings and taking information I have seriously, because I really appreciate you guys. As my power grows, so will this audience, and I'm definitely going to remember the people that were here. So don't forget, declare independence, take the orange pill, and be free, guys. Be sovereign individuals, okay? You don't need daddy government to come wipe your asshole for you every 5 minutes, all right? You don't need a school system to teach you something that is abundantly available to learn on the internet, okay? You don't need to depend on other people to take care of you. You can take care of yourself. So everybody declare independence just like those intelligent and beautiful founding fathers did. And maybe too, again, one day we can have something beautiful like 1776. Good night, guys. I'm out.